Council meets tonight, and of course the CIP will be presented, but a lot of other items on the agenda as well. So what are we anticipating for tonight's meeting?
Well, before we get into, directly after a moment of silence, we will be recognizing the first New England high school heavyweight wrestling champion. The undefeated Owen Murray will be before the council, and we want to recognize his efforts. He went undefeated, 38-0, and he's the first wrestler from Barnstable High School to win this award, so we want to recognize him.
That's fantastic. That's not something we hear every day about the wrestling, and so it'll be very
and
cool.
Also, we want to recognize Michelle Davies, the program coordinator for the Hyannis Youth and Community Center. She's been named the Therapeutic Professional of the Year, so we will be thanking her for her efforts and congratulating her.
Great, and of course, congratulations to Mickey. And then a couple of presentations after the communications, and we're continuing hearing from our board committees and commissions.
Yes, and that would be the chair of the Land Acquisition and Preservation Committee, Chris Clark. I know her committee has been working very hard on gathering information regarding lands around water supply throughout the town, and she'll be presenting what they do, what their committee does. And then following that, we will have the town manager, an assistant town manager, and the director of finance, Mark Milne, will be presenting an overview of the fiscal year 2016 capital improvement plan. And there's many items associated with that, about 43 items actually, and they're split up between the enterprise funds. There's $12 million plus in coming from that. And the general fund recommendations are over $15 million, and these are in draft and are to be reviewed. And we'll be hearing from all the departments on the 16th of April at our second meeting. So these will just be read into the record at this meeting with an overview of the whole capital plan.
Indeed.
Presented.
And of course, they put together, I know, a really nice CIP book that you and your fellow counselors get. And it just imagining having to crunch these numbers for reporting purposes, I can only imagine the task that lies ahead for you and the council to really take a look at this and seriously consider the capital improvement plan before the vote.
Yeah, but I will say that the book goes into great detail on each of the projects being recommended, and they do go through a rigorous rating scale on the projects, and there's projects that didn't get into this budget, but looking forward, I'm sure we'll see some of those coming in the following years. But this is a pretty aggressive capital improvement budget, and we'll see. Look forward to the presentations from each of the departments.
Absolutely. So there is some other business to take care of in addition to the CIP presentation and readings.
After the initial presentation, then we've got one item under old business, and that's the appropriation for $110,000 for the Barnstable Harbor marina pile replacement. And as you know, we've had a tough winter, and I guess 36 of the 38 piles have either moved or broken, and they need to be reset in order for the floats and slip holders to be able to utilize the marina this season. So that's something that needs to be taken care of. So.
Absolutely. Mother Nature was not kind to
not at all,
especially
the north side really got beat.
Absolutely, and we've got that.
This is to address that.
Great.
And then new business prior to the reading in of all the capital appropriation orders is a transfer of $615,000. This is with regards to constructing a new above-ground jet fuel tank at the airport. This also gets referred to a public hearing on the 16th, as well as another item, road construction project on the airport east side. There's an appropriation transfer order on that, so those two items will be referred to public hearing, and then we get into reading and referring to our meeting on the 16th, the 43 items with regard to the capital budget.
Indeed, and then following that, there are a couple of, actually several items that follow those CIP orders, some appropriations, some CPC funds. Tell me a little bit about some of these items.
Yeah, the first one is the $215,000 community preservation funds and this is for the design for the Cape Cod Rail Trail extension.
So exciting.
It is. It's been a long time coming, and this connects the rail trail, and it's been a partnership with the town of Yarmouth. It extends the rail trail into the eastern part of our town. And these project funds will be used for the design of that through our portion of the town.
Indeed. Certainly, I know a long way to go on that, but I really can't wait for the day that I can get on my bike here in Barnstable and ride all the way to Wellfleet. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, the time will come.
Yes.
And another community preservation request is for the beautiful Sturgis Library. They're seeking funds of $250,000 to help support the construction of a new archival storage space. And as you know, the Sturgis Library is one of the most historic public libraries in the country. And it holds so many valuable collections of Cape Cod history, genealogy, and maritime materials of New England from the early 1600s. If you've never been there, it's quite a treasure trove of history. So we want to support that request to put in a new HVA system and construct the new archival storage space. Indeed, making sure that those archived items are around for a long time is so very important. Right. And then there's I'm going to be asking for an extension of Cynthia Lovell, who's the acting administrative assistant to the town council, an extension on her temporary promotion. And then we go into acceptance of a gift, and these few items can be acted upon. The CPC items have to be referred to a public hearing as their appropriation. Right. But the acceptance of a gift from the Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce, and we would be receiving a gift of a sculpture by Stephen Kemp titled Tides, and this would be placed in the Pearl Street High Arts District of Hyannis. Great. Wonderful. Yeah. And then another acceptance of a grant in the amount of $22,500, and that's for purchase or lease of 2 battery electric vehicles. Very cool. And 1 dual head charging station. So as we continue to reduce our energy use and lower our carbon emissions, this will add to the town's fleet, making us a little more energy efficient. Indeed, and I have to say we have a charging station here in the town hall lot, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't see at least 1, if not 2, vehicles hooked up to that during the daytime hours. Definitely getting some use out there. Very good. And lastly, the Town Council Compensation Committee has met and, per the charter, has presented an increase for the expense allowance for town councilors. This is you have to do this within a certain time period after a certain vote, and it doesn't take an effect until January of 2016. Again, this is referring to a public hearing because it does change the amount. It increases the amounts for the councilors. Sure. So, and then and certainly we have approval of minutes of the February 26th meeting and March 19th, as well as approval of the draft minutes from the One Cape summit that was held recently.